guys, so starting off on clear skin because my skin wasn't clear. Clean skin. I already did my skincare routine, so I'm gonna go in with brows first. I just discovered this brow lamination gel from e.l.f. and it has been my like freaking favorite. I normally get my brows laminated, but I haven't in a while. They need to get done. But this gel just really holds them in place. It does not flake. And that's honestly not the easiest thing to find because a lot of times these gels will flake and then you have dandruff brows. But yeah, also I'm gonna just make this video voiceover. I was gonna talk while I was doing it, but that tends to take longer for me and I was going somewhere, so I was like, let's just do the makeup and I will just chit chat with you guys on a voiceover. So after laying them down, I use a brow powder. Not a brow powder. This is really just an eyeshadow powder, but it's honestly the same thing. I really wouldn't waste money and buy a brow powder because once you have a palette that has dark brown, light brown, black, whatever shade your brows are, it's the same thing. So I've never in my life bought a brow powder palette. So I gently just fill in the bottom of my brows just to more so like sharpen the outline. My brows are micro shaded, but when I'm doing like a full beat, I still fill them in a little because they will kind of just, get lost with everything going on. So then I go right into cleaning them up. This is the concealer I'm also going to use on my face. It's Too Faced Concealer in shade Chai. So I normally just clean up under my brows. I don't do the top. I don't know if most people even do the top anymore. If that's just like a dated like thing that we used to do. It just doesn't look as natural. So definitely only do the bottom of my brows. I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you guys still do the top of your brows? I just feel like it's just so highlighted. Like I remember those days when we used to do the top and it was given Sharpie brows, like for real, for real. Real Sharpie brow vibes. I was really hyped to film this because oh wait, before I even get into that, let's talk about this primer real quick. This primer is great, but when I say you need to use a little, do not use a lot. The first time I tried it, I used a lot and I put it on my whole entire face, and my face was so cracked and dry, like it was disgusting. Only use this primer in your T-zones because it's very strong. But if you are an oily girly, when I tell you it will suck it all up, it will suck it all up. So yeah, then I kind of missed talking over that step, but I've been loving this Danessa Yummy Skin foundation. I got it in shade 9.5, which was honestly just a perfect match. I say that I feel like she saw my picture and just used me as a template for this foundation. But it blends so beautifully and it's very buildable. So it's good to wear like just alone for like a natural look. It feels very lightweight on your skin, but you can also build it up for more coverage for like a glam look, or if you just have issues with blemishes and stuff, you could definitely build this foundation up. And it's a cream, and I've been loving cream foundations. Like they just melt into your skin and you can apply it with your hands really, really well, which I usually do if I'm not going for a full glam look. I just apply the product with my hands. So this next step is actually really important, using this brush and kind of going above your brows. So this is why I mean like I don't put the concealer on top of my brows. Instead, I just use foundation and use this angled brush because it blends in a lot better. So I'm gonna go in with the Naked Urban Decay West palette and use two colors from this for this eye look. We're gonna go with like a pretty natural cut crease. I'm not sure what I wanna wear yet, so I'm just gonna do something natural. But also this is kind of like my natural makeup look. I would say natural glam because if I was doing natural, we wouldn't even be doing eyeshadow. We would just probably do skin, concealer, brows, maybe. I don't know. But this is more of like my soft glam type thing. So the best thing with your eyeshadow to make it look good is honestly just blending. You just have to blend, 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 blend. Like have a lot of time to blend. And that's something I was learning because I felt like my eyeshadow didn't look as good. Like it kind of just like looked like flat on my face. And in order to give it that like melted dimension, you have to just take your time and blend the colors out. So I decided I wanted to do like a little bit of a cut crease. So of course you're gonna use your concealer and a little angled brush. I think that's what this brush is called. I honestly just make up names because I don't know what every single brush is called, but I know what brush to use for what, you know? So yeah, so I use this to just outline my lid because I really want the color just to be concentrated in this one area. And you always use a little concealer for a cut crease. I want it to stand out and be a little different. So I'm going and I'm gonna line it out into a wing. But this is honestly just a hack to make sure that everything is leveled. But I'm not gonna keep it a wing at the end. Like we're gonna blend it out. But it's just like just to make sure that everything's like on the same level. I kind of draw it all the way out to the end of my eyes. Also, don't worry if you get a little messy with this because we didn't conceal yet. So I usually like to do my eyes before my concealer because we're going to use the concealer to clean up everything that the eyeshadow destroyed. If you do it the other way around, then it's like you're going to have all the fallout and just all the ickiness is going to be on top of your makeup. So I like to conceal after I do my eyes. So now we're gonna go in with shade Spur. You can blend this out as you see that I'm doing. So normally I do a patting motion, but because we have the concealer, I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'm gonna pat and I'm gonna like blend, but it tends to just kind of stay where the concealer is because it's so light. It's not really gonna disrupt the darker color that much. So this is the same Too Faced concealer in shade Chai. This has been my favorite concealer. I haven't even tried any other ones in a long time. And it's funny because when I went to purchase it at Sephora, I I asked them like what like golden like pretty concealers you guys have. They were no help. So I just went and I kind of saw this one picked it out, and ever since trying it, like it was just perfect. It just blends perfectly. You also want to try using a brush. So I kind of go between a brush and a beauty blender, but I primarily use a brush for like the most flawless base. And then sometimes I will use a beauty blender just to kind of soften the edges if I feel like I didn't get it as soft as I wanted. What am I saying? Oh my god. If I feel like I didn't get it as soft as I wanted with the brush. But as you can see, this is what I meant by like, don't worry about the eyeshadow because we're going to clean it up with the concealer. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're just making it look more precise. So I think, yeah, I did. I grabbed my beauty blender. And this is what I meant by like kind of just softening it up and blending it in the skin more. Also, too, I kind of put on a little too much concealer. So that helps to kind of eliminate some of the product. It's funny because when I watch other makeup videos, I see them use so much concealer and I'm like, I'm gonna do that on myself. But I end up not liking it. I actually prefer to use less concealer. I feel like less is more with it because then it ends up just becoming way too much to blend out. And then you have too much lightness on your face. When I like to keep that contrast of like my foundation, I really just want the brightening under my eye and like my nose and my forehead area, but I don't want it to be spread over my face too much because then it changes the symmetry. This is my ultimate favorite setting powder right now. One Size Dark Deep. One Size in general, like y'all put your foot in these products. Like they are just so great. But this is pretty much my natural setting powder. Sometimes if I want more of a contrast, I will go in with a lighter one, even closer to my eyes. But this is if I just want a very, very natural finish. This is what I'm using. So because I want a more mattified look today, I am just going to use a powder foundation. I'm not going to use a liquid or a cream. But this Tarte, not foundation, blush I mean. This Tarte blush in shade Drama is so pigmented. You honestly don't even need to pair it with anything else. Like a little goes a long way. And it's an orange blush. That is usually my go-to blush. Like I love, love orange blush on dark skin. So this lip color is actually from Fashion Nova, Beige Nude. Believe it or not, they have very good lipsticks. Like they are super pigmented. I always get clothes from there, but I never thought to get like lip colors. But listen, they know what they're doing with their lip colors, especially if you want a matte finish. So this is the final product. It ate. I was like deciding if I wanted to put a gloss over my lip or not, but I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do a very mattified look. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts.